Welcome to this video. This video is going to show us how to make worktops. So there's going to be two ways of doing a worktop. I'm going to show you both. And at the moment, as you can see, we've got our cupboards in, we've got some side panels, and I've deliberately put in a washing machine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to automatic, and we're going to click on tops, and you'll see it's placed our tops in with a gap where the washing machine is. Now the easiest way to work on this will be to actually remove the corner piece. That will give us three separate tops. Now to extend these is quite simple, and it's easy enough to do so that we can actually extend it across the washing machine as well. So for a corner, it works really well to extend the top bang into the corner. So I'm going to right click on the top, going to go down to Edit Geometry, and it's going to open up the Editor Geometry page. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it, and you'll see that you can see the three tops. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to click on the one top, and I'm just going to take and drag the corner piece. So that little square, I'm going to drag it and line it all up with the grey lines, and I've got a perfect top into the corner. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the second top, and I'm going to literally drag it so it clicks onto the other top. Nice and square. I'm going to remove this other top out over the side. Eventually we'll delete this one. Click back on the first top, and I'm now going to take those square blue lines and drag it so it goes over the side panel. Making sure my grey lines are nice and straight. If those grey lines are straight and square, everything is square, and we already know that it's 600. We don't have to even play around with any sizes. So once you've done that, you can click OK, and you'll see now we've got two tops that cover the full area. I'm going to delete the other top, and now you can see we've extended the top over the top of the washing machine and into the corner. It's now flush with the side panel. So now we want to extend that side panel, or the top, over the side panel by, let's say, 20 mm. So right click on the top, go to Edit again, find where your side panel is, where the side of the top is, there we are. And at the top, click on the button that says Offset. So when you click on the Offset button, it's going to bring up a window on the side. And there it says offset. At the moment it's set at 100. We're going to make that 20. On the other side, when you put your cursor over, you'll see a green arrow appears left and right in the direction you want it to click, and it automatically extends the worktop 20 mm. There you go, you've got a new worktop. Now I'm going to show you a different way of doing it. We're going to delete that worktop that we just worked on. And I'm going to show you a different way. Let's say, for instance, you don't want to use the automatic worktop because it might mess all the other worktops up. So now we're just going to go down to the build geometry, the square. And what we're going to do is right click on the cupboard, the top of the cupboard, so it turns yellow. That's the pointer where we're going to set it, and then draw our square or oblong. Just give it a slightly higher height and click, and now you've actually got an oblong block that we're now going to make into a worktop. So I've just pulled up my tools bar, I've clicked on the top, and I'm just going to make the height of this 30 mm, the same as my other worktop. Now if you drag this to try and move it, it's going to jump all over the place like this, and it's going to bring up a box to say repositioning. You don't need to do it that way. When your worktop is there, just right click on it, go to Edit Geometry, and it's going to bring it up. It makes it a lot easier to move and position. So I'm going to click on it, I'm just going to drag it till it locks against the other worktop, and you'll see this one's a bit narrow and a bit short. So what we're going to do is, with the blue block, we're going to drag that to the end of the side panel, which is, we know is 600, and the other block we're going to drag back so the grey line is now square. Now we know it's completely square and it's 600, and we're going to do the same with the length. There we go, square it off, and if we say OK, we've now got our worktop in place. Now there's two things here that we might need to do. First, we're going to make it into a worktop. So in my toolbar, I'm going to go down and convert it to a worktop. And under budget, I'm going to say yes. So it's going to be included in the price. The next thing I want to do is make the color of the worktop the same as the other worktop. So I'm going to go to the top of the paintbrush, click on my previous color so it brings it up, and then click on the new one and say all, because it's a solid piece. And bang, we've got the same color. Click back on my selection tool. Now, I still want to extend the side over the worktop, so I can go to edit again, go to the side panel, say offset again, 20 millimeters, and we have the arrow in the right direction, click, and we've now extended the worktop 20 millimeters over the side panel. Now let's do something a little bit different. On this other side, I'm going to extend this panel 400 out. So I'm going to go to Edit, and there's the side panel area that we want to work on. I'm going to use the offset again. I'm going to make this offset 400. And again, by clicking on the worktop with my green arrow, I can extend it in the direction that I want. So there we are, we've got a 400 extension over that side. Now let's say that corner, it's a bit sharp. Let's change that corner. Now you've got two options automatic. You can do a chamfer or a fillet. A chamfer is just going to make a square cut, which I'll do now, I'll show you. So on the chamfer, you're just going to click on the blue square and it cuts the square off like that. The fillet, will actually, if you do the same thing, click on the square, it gives you a nice rounded edge. I'll keep that one. There you go, we've got a nice rounded edge on the corner. So that's something quick and easy to do, it finishes the worktop. Now let's say we want to go a bit crazy. Over where we've got the washing machine, we're going to edit that panel again. And this is just to show you a couple of things that you can do. So at the top where you can add your nodes, which is your little blue squares, we're going to say plus, and we're going to add one on that corner and one on this corner where the washing machine is. Now what I can do here is, I could, if I wanted to, select the selection tool, and I can just pull where that dot is and make a curve. It gives us like a little half moon coming out of the worktop. Let's undo that. I'm going to show you something else that you can do. You can still add another node with the squares. Go back to my selection tool, and I'm now going to just square these off a little bit just to show you quickly what it could look like. So I've extended the worktop, and with my selection tool I'm going to just take that circle and I'm just going to pull it out and give it a bit of a shape. Say OK, and if you look at your worktop now, we've just created a completely new shape inside. If you're not happy with it, right click again, go to Edit, and with the Remove tool, the little minus button of the nodes, click on that minus button or Remove, and you can click on each of those little blue squares and it will remove those completely. Say OK, and you're back to your straight worktop. I hope this has helped and it gives you encouragement to play around with worktops. Thank you for your time.